July the 19th, and it is time for my yard walk. This might be a slow and long one. A lot has happened and changed in the last month. Most for the better. Yeah, pretty much all for the better. Let's do this. So we're starting over here on the St. Augustine. And here's how she's looking. I'm getting a lot of torpedo grass, if you can see that. This is right in my area, which is a hodgepodge of St. Augustine and zoysia and Bermuda, and I did a little last night right in this area, so we'll see what happens when I get back from New York. Little test plot of something to be revealed later. Speaking of test plots, all of this, oh boy, you can see that on camera, is happening. From the last video, it finally started to rain, and so we're getting a lot of movement. This is not perfect by any means yet. In fact, I mean, you can look down there and see thin spots and weeds, doveweed, but that's being treated as well. The front, these look at this. I mean, just banging. Crepe myrtles are looking epic everywhere. Crepe myrtles are awesome. These lantana bushes are freaking unreal. This is what it looks like from the whole yard from the street. Which is pretty great. So, let's get back up here. Closer view of everything. So this is the other weak area that's got doveweed creeping in. I got leaf spot. It's a real struggle. It's a real bitch of an area. It's probably still the best it's looked since I moved in, but it still needs work. So that's being worked on. Hedges are due for a trim and a growth regulation spray. This is unreal over here, how much movement these plugs have done since being installed. I believe it was about 2 months ago. I mean, I have no irrigation, so I'm very reliant on the rain. It hasn't rained here in another, I think it's been 5 days or so. So we are starting to dry out a little bit again. Here's the walk of the side yard over to the backyard. Which from the last video, which I watched last night, this is totally different. So let's talk about this. We transplanted all 3 of our little crepe myrtles over to here. So when we're in the pool looking out, we get a little different view, some color as well. So that's where one of those was here. The grasses, my wife just watered, so they're laying down a little bit. But overall, this whole back area of St. Aug is way better than it was even the last video that I made. And then these 2, I don't know if bugs got them or what, kind of took a shit and are starting to come back. Banana palms are looking great. I'm just backing up here so you can see how much different this yard back here is looking in the St. Aug. And now this line, this was all the free stuff, which is filling in really great and looking really good. Probably a different variety of St. Augustines in here. The Bermuda. All right, so from the last video that I made, I'm gonna flip it around quick. The last video that I made, it was really dry before any of the rain happened, and I was struggling, right, to hold on with everything. And then I got smoked by armyworms. I mean, it was brown. And so I sprayed, cured the armyworm infestation, and then we started getting rain. So I've had a lot of bounce back, like a lot of bounce back. This is a lot of shade, and it's never gonna be great. This is more than likely gonna run in here. Treating for the weeds that are in here, but this is, in my opinion, from a month ago, looking just astronomically better. This is still, from what I believe, armyworm and the wet and forget spray damage, super slow to recover. But the rest of the Bermuda, now this is setting 3 on the Ego. That I decided to change, and I'm letting grow taller. So this is setting 3 with the Ego. Look at the freaking loropetalums that are growing great. I mean, this Bermuda's growing over this stump. I don't care, let it go. Over to here. And then look at how these bougainvilleas are growing too. All of this area is pretty much filling in. And then over on this side where all of the ryegrass died and armyworms. Did I say sod webworms earlier? I meant armyworms. That's not surprising that that's still very barren. But all of this Bermuda and St. Augustine is really coming back great. This is where the other 2 crepe myrtles were that are now over there. So those will fill in. But in general, hey, yard walk. You know, the internet machine. Look at how big those elephant ears are getting and everything. So, this might look like weeds on camera, but that's St. Augustine. This, however, is a weed, and it sucks. So, there we go. That is the yard walk for July 19th, 2024. I should have done one when I was getting smoked by the armyworms, but I'll tell you, it was bad. It looked like, oh, it's really dry and it's transitioning, and it was rough. So, yeah, July 19th yard walk, done. See ya.